24% producers. 24% of producers are women. 17% of editors, women. 13% writers. 5% cinematographers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was of 2017.
Hi, and welcome to Kelly, where we talk about life, your life and my life. And through Kelly, we hope to inspire. I have Faneal Godbold on the show today, and she has a pretty unique story, I believe. You're an actor,
Yes,
actress, and you started off in law enforcement.
I
so
did.
You are the Jane Bond, the real Jane Bond.
Yes,
of the acting community.
absolutely.
Let's talk about law enforcement for
Okay.
a little while, and just a rundown of your career.
Okay. Well, I started law enforcement in '99.
Okay.
Went to the police academy, worked my way up, went through every school you can imagine, trying to get as much certification as possible. Very, very thankful for all of that now.
Right.
I had a wonderful career, SWAT team, hostage negotiator, gang specialist,
Wow.
Forensics, you name it, tactical driving, weapons. Just
And
about
you
everything.
still are involved with?
I still am involved in law
Okay.
enforcement. Now it's a family business.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, whenever I'm not in front of the camera or teaching or whatever, I'm usually in uniform somewhere doing something. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And you told me that you teach different elements, like for basically if somebody came to you and said, hey, I need to know how this really works.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do a lot of on-set liaison work for law enforcement, weapons, some tactical training, and forensics and psychology. For a lot of like the psychological thrillers and dramas, there's a lot of psychology involved there. So
I love
so I
that.
do that too.
So what, when you're, if I came to you and I said, hey, let's say I was working on the life of a serial killer.
Okay.
What are some of the things that you would suggest for me to study?
Well, obviously, depending on male or female
Okay.
character, looking into the background. It's terrible, but one of the things that I always say is you can't go back far enough to fix some of those things. So really, whenever you're wanting to get into a mindset of that type of character, go all the way back. Look at the childhood. Look at what transpired through the
Do you find
life.
that
Yeah.
most, I'm just out of a curiosity,
Yeah.
I have an obsession with serial killers for some reason.
Oh.
Because there's a thing in my mind that goes, where does this person cross the line?
Right.
Where does this person think that it's okay to not just take somebody's life, but repeatedly take people's lives?
Right.
Is that does that really go back to childhood, or does that really go to a mental health?
Well, in all honesty, I think it's a good combination of both. You have to look at past traumas. You have to look at really everything that we go through in a normal life. Some people just can't process it and can't move forward.
Yeah.
So certain things kind of stick with them to where you and I will be like, oh man, that was a bad day, but we move forward.
right. We don't take somebody's life.
Right. We don't really take that type of action.
Yeah. I've just been, I don't know. There's just, people that cross the lines on
Right.
certain things that just like.
And especially today, with some of the things that are just happening today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that respect for human life. I don't get it. As acting,
Yes.
so I read an article, I believe it was an article that I read, that said before you got into law enforcement that you really wanted to go into acting.
I did.
And so you're one of those people that I say have a calling on their life, and it does not go away. It just keeps festering and festering and festering until you
Yes.
answer the calling.
Absolutely. And it actually came back to get me.
Okay.
I started, the drama in the theater when I was younger and absolutely loved it. But coming from, a really small town, actors, that was on TV, TV, it wasn't something that just anybody could do that.
Right.
So I did the right thing for me at the time. I went to school, college, got my job, and again, very thankful that it happened the way it did, because it really created my career that I have now.
And you have true experience.
Absolutely.
Real life experience.
Yes, yes. I can really do those things.
You can really do those things. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
You were talking about that you recently went to a seminar, a summit.
Yes.
With women in the film industry.
Yeah, women in production.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you had some statistics you were going to give on.
I did, on the women, the professional women in the entertainment industry. This is as of 2007. These are the statistics, and it floored me to the point that I wrote them down.
Yeah, no, it's important.
It caused such an impact. 24% producers. 24% of producers are women. 17% of editors. Women. 13% writers, 5% cinematographers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was of 2017. Now, the one that had made the grandest growth was composers, and that number doubled in 2017.
Wow.
So now we have 2 female composers.
So why do you think this is? Is this that we're not, I mean, as women, we're trying, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think now is the time to, instead of us talking about it, making these plans, we've got to put something in motion. We've got to do something.
Right.
And this right here, this is the proof that women are needed right now in the industry. And just think, with everything, with all the rewrites and reboots and redos and all this stuff, look at all these perspectives. Look at all these new perspectives, not only, women, women of color, all these perspectives that we can bring in and have so much more, projects going on. And I just really think that now's the time.
Yeah, and that's obviously a passion for you.
Absolutely.
Is to empower women and to get women moving. You said you're working on 3 features right now.
3 features right now, yes.
And what's the...
Oh! Wait, what day is it? I don't even know. It is absolutely amazing. And I am so blessed to be in this position. I literally just signed contracts for one yesterday.
Wow.
And, I am tickled. And I never thought that I would be in this position, but it's amazing, and I'm working with some wonderful people, and I am so thankful for my team.
Yeah.
I have a wonderful team, agents, managers, and my family, huge supporters, and if it wasn't for them.
Well, you're giving back in a really big way with your experience that you've had in law enforcement. So, when I know that there's a place for you, and I've learned that if you're willing to help educate other people, it helps you in your profession also, and you have I can't even find the words, but a vessel to bring to the industry, especially here in Atlanta, because we are a new market.
Yeah.
And so we're looking for people like you who deal with tacticals and real information when we have to do a crime scene and things like that. So important. I have for you, these are Dove chocolates, and they have some caramel. I didn't ask your candy, so that's what I picked out for you. I thought they were very pretty. I really just picked them for the color because they match the glass.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being a gift in life.
Oh, you're so
and
sweet.
Thank you for working with so many people. If you have an advice to give to somebody who is going into a hard market or a hard field, what would be that advice?
Don't give up. There's going to be no's. There's going to be, people that doubt you, and it's here. You're your driving force, and whenever you wake up of a morning, hey, I'm going to make it today.
Yeah.
And you just have to stay positive. And there's been so many times I have just like, oh, I'm done.
Right.
And pick that script right back up, and just keep moving.
But I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up every morning and say I am a driving force.
Absolutely.
Just saying that every morning
It sets
then
your
you
day.
become.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you for
This
gracing
is
our
wonderful.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here on Kelly.